What's up, Comics Beat? Kari Lane here, and I'm with
Nazeeh Tarsha.
Awesome. And you do a voice for a pretty big guy. Tell me, what brings you to Anime Expo?
Yeah, I am the English voice of Kafka Hibino in Kaiju number 8, which is currently having a season 2 coming out on July 19th.
Awesome. Now, how are you feeling being at Anime Expo?
I am excited, also a little nervous because that means, it's like positive nerves, like a good amount of energy in anticipation for the new season coming out and just seeing like everybody hyped for whether it's kaiju or all the various, projects that are being announced, everything. It's a wonderful amped up energy.
Love it. Now, what line has made you laugh the most? This series is hilarious. Or maybe what line caught you the most off guard?
Oh, man. There are a couple that I really love. One is when Kafka is talking to Kikaru and she calls him an old man. And he's just like, old man, I'm 32. Or he tells her, Kafka Hibino, remember the name. Little missy. It's like there are little tiny things that he has little quips here and there regarding his age. That's the big thing for him.
Yeah, calling an early 30-year-old old, I'm like, rude.
Yeah, no, I mean, I say that, but then the back cracks, the knees give out, and you're like, oh, maybe I am old. I don't know.
It's kind of like athletics and football players. They're like, man, they're super old at the ripe old age of 22. Yeah, what?
Yeah. Life is just going downhill from here. It's like, oh man, I thought I was supposed to have 50 or 60 more years at least, hopefully, but nope, that's it. We're done. We've peaked.
Now, you've mentioned how, speaking of age and this character's pretty unique being an older character, and you've talked about how he's relatable and, not your common protagonist. Like Kafka, what's something you've maybe done later in life or gotten into later in life?
Well, funny enough, being in the entertainment industry, is one of those things where I know, I am not necessarily old. I'm actually the same age as Kafka. I'm 32. But, when you look around at a lot of my peers, it feels like they started when they were 10 or 7 or, at least in the voiceover industry, like people have been doing this for ages. And I only just recently fell into this. And there are like all these talks of like, oh man, like how am I supposed to measure up to people who've already established themselves? And, it feels like, what's the point? That was just, they have the relationships, the connections, but the entertainment industry and falling into this has kind of been my kind of like eye-opening. Like it doesn't matter what age you start, especially because like the wonderful thing about acting is that you have characters of all ages. And so it doesn't matter what age you get into this field because there will be a character for you.
Indeed. Now, monster cleanup is quite the unique job. Have you had any odd jobs?
Before becoming a voice actor, I've worked in the deli, and in a way, I feel like that monster cleanup crew at the end of the shift, because it was always night shift. So closing, you get all the excess and you have to throw it away and put it into like the gunk bucket, and it's just like, oh god, like I have to clean everything. So in a way, like that kind of mirrors that for me. But I've also I've worked in the stock rooms. I've done a couple of restaurant related things, and just little tiny things, survival jobs, or just jobs as we call them.
Paycheck's a paycheck.
Paycheck is a paycheck. Look, whenever you're trying to make ends meet, every job is a survival job. Let's be real.
Now, there's a lot of action in this show, and obviously in a booth you can't do that much because you don't want to make too much noise. But how much do you move around in the booth?
I actually move around a decent amount. I think the really, really wonderful thing. So let me just backtrack a hair. I got my degree in theater acting. So there is a lot of projection and, having to get your voice out to the crowd and whatnot. And so when it comes to the booth, yes, you can't move around. Like, it's like the analogy is be like an oak tree, keep those feet planted. But the thing is, even with your feet planted, you can still physicalize. You can still when a character's throwing a punch, you can still get a little bit of motion in there. If you're getting stabbed, if something's happening, your arms can flail. And in a way, they do absolutely help enforce the read. It's like, because since your hands are moving, it moves the same way as the characters. And as long as you're not putting your hand in front of the microphone, then everything is clear. But there's a lot of physicality because at the end of the day, physicality is what helps bring forth the emotion. And if you aren't physicalizing in the booth, you're doing it wrong. Just be mindful of where the mic is and just keep, the relative distance to it and everything. And, but yeah.
And, the show focuses on camaraderie and teamwork. Who is someone from the show you'd want to hang out with for the day? And who is someone you'd want to work with? Like if you had to work with someone.
Hang out with would be Kafka, as nepotistic or egotistic as that may sound, because he really is just a goober. He likes to enjoy life. He's a silly little guy. Mina is absolutely the work because she gets down to business. And so if I need to lock in and she's locked in, it's like she'll be the anchor to the goofiness that is me. So it'll like, get your work done. It's like, okay, fine. Yes, sure. But psst, do your work. It's like, okay, fine. So yeah, those would be my two.
Love it. It's all about balance,
Exactly. Two sides of the same coin.
And then is there any fun behind the scenes stories you haven't had a chance to tell yet?
Oh man, that's really putting me on the spot. It's less stories and just more moments, and in the not to cover the spoilers for the near the end of season 1, but there's really emotional scenes where I myself ended up tearing up in the process of recording, and it's those little points of connections where it's the audiences won't see. But yeah, aside from that, it really is just goofy fun and us kind of just enjoying the moment and living in it.
And season 2 comes out very soon. Anything you'd like to tell the fans?
Just check out Kaiju number 8 if you haven't already. Season 1 is already all out. Season 2 begins July 19th on Crunchyroll. And yeah, make sure to watch it.
Well, congratulations and thank you so much.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. Appreciate you.
And thank you for watching. I'm Kari Lane with Comics Beat.